You think through excavations like this, you've actually found the place of the Nativity?
I do believe that this is the site of the Nativity.
If Oshry is right, how did Matthew and Luke, writing a few decades after Jesus' death, confuse the Bethlehems?
How do you explain the fact that there seems to be a very old tradition in the other place and total silence on this place?
I would suggest Christianity wanted to turn Jesus into a Messiah. And according to the Old Testament, the Messiah should come from David's house. And David came from Bethlehem near Jerusalem. That is why Jesus had to come from that Bethlehem.
The biblical prophets predicted that the Messiah will come from the family of King David, who hailed from Bethlehem of the south. Saying that Jesus was born there fulfills the prophecy and proves his messiahship. Saying that Jesus was born there fulfills the prophecy and proves his messiahship. Was this all a bit of early religious spin? To help answer this, a meeting with Dr. John Kloppenberg, professor of religion at the University of Toronto.
Let's start with Jesus and where he was born. I mean, of course, the tradition is it says Bethlehem, but there were two Bethlehems, as it turns out. Is it possible that Jesus' birthplace was kind of moved for ideological reasons, because to be born in the Galilee would not be where a Messiah should be born?
When we have so little data, almost anything is theoretically possible. But I would say that the prior question is, why would we think that he's born in Bethlehem at all? The basis for connecting Jesus' birth with Bethlehem is very slender. It appears only in Matthew's Gospel and in Luke's Gospel, which are written at the latest stratum of Christian tradition. The earlier levels of the Gospel traditions connect him with Nazareth. I mean, he's known as Jesus of Nazareth or Jesus the Nazarene. The Gospel of John, interestingly, has someone say, he can't be the Messiah, because we all know that the Messiah is the son of David and the Messiah comes from Bethlehem. The implication being that everybody knows that Jesus doesn't come from Bethlehem. And both Matthew and Luke, when they talk about Bethlehem as the birthplace of Jesus, they're interested in connecting Jesus with David. And Bethlehem is David's town.
So you're saying it could be that he was given a birthplace in the right town after the fact?
That's right. Once Christians say that he's the Messiah, if he's a Davidic Messiah, then surely the Davidic Messiah must have been born in Bethlehem. Then you have to create stories that explain the birth in Bethlehem. Then you have to create stories that explain the birth in Bethlehem. Then you have to create stories. So explaining silences is always a very difficult thing for historians. So explaining silences.
No.
No, no, no.
So there's actually no place anywhere that can be confirmed as the place of the birth of Jesus. There is also nowhere where you can confirm the birth date, not only the place, but also the birth date. Nowhere. There's many versions, and we'll go into that in a few minutes. But like I showed you a few years ago, 8, 9, 10, something like that, I told you the truth. After that, many versions have come up after I revealed this little detail. But now, because some of you have watched this video, where I showed you that the first Jesus was a Vlash hybrid, an experiment. but it's been many years. So some of you have watched but forgot about it. Some of you have watched and still remember. And I think most of you never watched it. So allow me to show you a clip of that video almost 10 years ago so that you understand what's going on here, okay? And then we'll go to the date. Now that you'll see the origin of the first Jesus, and that you don't know where he was born or when he was born. Then we'll go to the next stage. When? But this gets very complicated, and I'm not gonna be able to explain everything today. But this is just to give you an idea how complex this is. Check this out. So what you just saw or read was just a small clip of a huge series, which is on our channel. Well, right now all the videos are private, but soon they'll be public. And if you have not watched this, obviously you should. If you don't see this, you don't know the full story, and this is a very important episode. This was posted years ago. Some of you send me messages unaware of this episode. Watch all the episodes, then ask the questions, if you have any, and I'm sure you will. Now, like we were showing before, and now you know just a little bit more because of this clip, that nobody knows where the first Jesus was born. And for sure, nobody knows the date. No, who knows the date? It's not written anywhere. There are hints on the scriptures, and there are hints on some writings, even Roman writings. But nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows. But I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to give you a hint. How things went on, and then later Christians, not Catholics, but Christians, start mentioning a certain date, symbolically coded. Understand? The date of Jesus' birth, symbolically coded. Not the Catholics, the Christians, the Christian sects that did not accept the Catholicism, the status quo of Catholicism, and stuck with the Christian beliefs. In other words, the Caristus beliefs. I'm not going to tell you. If you've been around here for a while, you know how to decipher at least simple things. So I'm going to show it to you and even help you. But the rest is up to you to decide. Cheers. Merry Christmas. And hopefully an excellent 2022. We'll see. Stick around. Understand? The date of Jesus' birth, symbolically coded.
people who are saying, I want to join the cause. Sign me up. I'm in. Let's do it.